Good afternoon and welcome to Bear's Book Rundown for the week of April 20th, 2011. I'm coming from near the law school here at Penn State. I'll do a little bit of showing around afterwards. I'm doing something a little different this week. I had honestly a very good week of comics, so I really don't have a best of the, well, what I'm doing is I'm doing from worst to best. So you're going to have to find out, you're going to have to wait to the very end to see what my best of the bunch is going to be. So here we go. So first, starting off with the worst of the bunch, and which really wasn't the worst, it wasn't, you know, it's still a good book, is Supergirl 63. It kind of goes around, it explains who's been pulling the strings lately, and I'm very confused here because, I mean, honestly, I don't really remember too much about this. I did not read the latter part of the Superboy series back in the 90s, but it looks like the big bad guy is actually someone from the old Project Camus, Dublix, D-U-B-B, you know, everybody remember him? He was the telepath that was, that confirmed that Superman was dead. I don't remember him being a bad guy, and he's evil here. So if somebody can help me with that, let me know, because honestly, I'm kind of confused. Otherwise, it's a good book. Bernard Chang is doing the art very well. And James Beattie's done a very admirable job stepping in for Nick Spencer, since Nick Spencer abandoned DC and abandoned the books and abandoned his responsibilities. Not that he did that great of a job to begin with. So anyway, I'm not drinking from that Kool-Aid. Anyway, so you know, the worst of the bunch, which is not necessarily bad. It was you know, it was a great week of comics. It really was. So Supergirl 63. Next, we have. Now, most of you guys know I've been buying the Road to Doomsday series, you know, with everybody in anticipation of Action Comics 900. It's a monumentous occasion. It's the first time anything's been continuously published since then. Every comic, even though Marvel has lamely did that Daredevil 900, and they even did, I mean, I saw last week Spectacular Spider-Man 1000. I mean, really, can any of you Marvel zombies out there, you know who I'm talking about, Strider, can you tell me why Marvel goes to such a bad attempt, or, you know, goes through so much extremes to try to, it almost looks childish. You'd swear Marvel's being run by Wizard right now to take away any kind of publicity DC would have. It's just kind of, it's really lame, it's really sad, it's really pathetic, and it makes me want to buy even less Marvel because of that kind of stunts. But anyway, but in the road to heading towards Action Comics 900, I picked up Action Comics 898 and 899. 899 just came out, I believe, last week. And I was really impressed. These are featuring Lex Luthor, and it's even titled Lex Luthor's Action Comics. And in this one, he fought Larfleeze. And, you know, I mean, who'd have, you know, he does not, you know, Lex Luthor does not have a power ring. And, you know, he was smart enough to beat Larfleeze at his own game. It was a really good, and honestly, this one was awesome. You got to see a fight. I mean, how often does Brainiac actually fight? And you got to see a good physical altercation between Brainiac and Lex Luthor. I'm even really digging Lex Luthor's, or Brainiac's look right now. I'm kind of getting a little sick of the purple and green motif. I know that it's kind of like a tribute to back in the 80s with the superpowers thing. Get rid of it. Give him something different. I mean, I'm almost ready to see Red. Anyway, aside from that, this is really good. I'm really eager to I'm really looking forward to next month's issue 900. So that's Action Comics 898 and 899, leading up to the 900. I'm still not sure how Doomsday is getting tied into this storyline. I'm assuming Lex Luthor had something to do with it because he's keeping Superman away, is kind of implied to in that. So anyway, next we've got parts 4 and 5 of the War of the Green Lanterns, which is entailing Part 4, Green Lantern 65, and the Green Lantern Corps 59. Now, honestly, this is really good. This War of the Green Lanterns is still continuing going strong. Kind of makes you wonder, what's next. As you can tell from here, Hal Jordan is no longer a Green Lantern; he's a Yellow Lantern. And at the end of 65, the four Lanterns from Section 2814, which is Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner, and Kyle Rayner, all get together and they realize they're the ones that don't have their rings left. So they go, instead of putting on the green ones, they go put on everybody else's, which leads to this really wonderful, almost too precious Green Lantern Corps number 59, and I have to say, this has to be one of the worst costumes. If you guys can see, I'm not sure how well that's going to show up. John Stewart as an Indigo member, you know what, that's just kind of, it's ridiculous. Kyle fits Hope very well, but he seems so unsure of himself. Green Lantern, or Hal with Fear, and of course Red Guy, Rage. But still, it's still a good thing. They rescue Ganthet, and just when you think everything is going good, and they're just about ready to turn the tide, the one Green Lantern that they kind of forgot shows up and zaps them, and that's Mogo. So Mogo is now, the living planet is now under the influence of the parallax, the corona, what's going on. So, Or the Green Lanterns, very good read, very enjoyable. I'm really liking it. I'm probably going to have to stop dropping Green Lanterns in between events because I'm really enjoying. They're very solid books. So, on to the next one.